Welcome to the Craft Palace. There's a lot that goes on in here. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to start a new project. My niece is getting married and I was looking at her registry and I was like, nothing was jumping out at me. I wanted to give her something special. So I asked her mom if she could help me out with trying to figure out some kind of an idea of something that she would love. And today she texted me this picture. Now, she said she loves American flags, but that table was going to be too big. So I texted her back and said, what about that table? Can she use an end table? And she said, absolutely. So I'm really excited. I have already started to get some work done on the Cricut. I'm going to show that to you here. I found an American flag that is on Cricut Design Space. And I've already taken measurements of the table and kind of already split this up so that I can get it on my 12 by 24 inch mat. I'm gonna cut everything on the Cricut and I'm gonna bring it all over and I'm gonna lay it on top of here and see how dark I'm going to actually need to stain or paint this table. So let's get going. The first thing that we're cutting out is going to be the red stripes, and they are going to be able to fit on my 12 by 24 mat. And this is a little bit more of like a little burgundy or a deeper red color. So I think this is going to be perfect. The next thing we're going to cut is out of this navy, and it is going to be the stars. And I'll probably use this as the background for the stars. Now we're cutting out all the stars. I am just about finished weeding out the stars. She likes the Americana look, so I've got all the vinyl cut now, and I think what I want to do is maybe put a phrase around it that says America the Beautiful or God Bless the USA or something like that. So I'm going to look for some lettering on Cricut. We'll see what we can do. So here's what it looks like so far. I'm pretty pleased with it. So here's what I have so far. I think it looks pretty awesome. Now, I'm going to pull everything off of here and I'm going to get this painted. I'm starting to paint, and I'm going to use this color of chalk paint that is called Mocha. And I wanted to get this started because I need to cover up this scrolling on here, and I know it's going to take a couple of coats. So we're doing the side, and I think by the looks of the rest of the table, it is in such great condition, and I love the color that it actually is. So I'm thinking we're just going to end up doing the top and the sides. This is all in perfect shape down here, so I see no reason to repair, and I see no reason to have to do anything else with it. I've got a first coat on the scrolling around the sides, so I'm going to let that dry for just a couple minutes, and then we'll get a second coat on that, and it should completely cover that scrolling at that point. And then we'll start working on the top. Just put the second coat on the sides, and I may have to do a little bit more. My paint is kind of thick, so I'm gonna have to add a tiny bit of water to it to make it a little bit smoother. But in the meantime, I have taped off the edges so that I'm just gonna paint the top, and we'll have a pretty little edge that is in the same neutral color here. Did the second coat on the top, and I kind of really like the way that it's coming out. If you can kind of see, it's got some dark color in it, and I'm not sure exactly what it's from, but I really like it. I went around and I removed the tape. Pretty happy with the edges. There's just a couple little places that I had to fix up.
tape was loose. So we are now going to let this dry. And we will get a coat of Mod Podge on the top that will allow me to put the vinyl on it.
I am applying my transfer tape to my stripes, and we need to do this carefully. So I'm gonna turn this a little bit so you can see it a little bit more. Carefully laying out my transfer tape, and I am pulling it from the back just a little bit here at a time so that I can get it on nice and flat, and then I'm just flattening it as I go so that I don't get any big air bubbles in it. I just pull it maybe a couple of inches at a time and make sure that I can get it laid down nicely. Okay, we're just about done. Okay, that turned out really nice. So now I'm gonna burnish this down, make sure it's on really well. I'm just gonna take my scraper, and I like to use that. So I'm not worried about little bubbles in this because they're between the vinyl and the transfer tape. It's making sure that when we apply this to the table that we have got it wiped off very well so that we don't end up with bubbles underneath this. That would look terrible. All right, I'm gonna have to piece this, so that's okay. And let's get this. My transfer tape is a little bit narrower than my stripe. So I need this. And you can piece transfer tape without any problem. Let me get a little edge up here real quick. There we go. Okay, so I just grabbed an edge. I'm gonna pull this just enough where I can get the one whole edge up. Like about so far, a couple inches. Now, I'm going to very carefully lay it out. Okay. And I can see I've got it on crooked, which is okay, but it's kind of climbing. That's why you need to be slow and careful. Whoa, that's crooked. That's all right. I'm just going to be lining up my stripes. So now what I need to do is cut another piece of transfer tape that is going to fill in this spot here. I'm going to make sure I've got my edges down here on the transfer tape. And then I'm just going to cut. I'll show you how I piece it. It's pretty simple. So because my transfer tape is only so long, I'm going to line it up here. And I know that I only need a little bit of this. I'm gonna have to do this in two pieces because my transfer tape wasn't long enough. So I'm just gonna grab an edge here and pull it back a little bit. And I'm gonna start here. And I'm gonna go straight across. This time I was able to line it up halfway decent. So all I did was put it on top of the other piece. You can see here where my first transfer tape was, and it's all crooked. And then all I did was add another piece across here. And I'm gonna do the same thing again. Transfer tape is reusable over and over and over again. So Do not throw it away when you're done. If it's too sticky for your project, you're having trouble with it, you can always take it and rub it on, pop it down on your shirt, and that'll take a little bit of the sticky away and make it a little bit easier to deal with. Okay, so I'm gonna lay this out, and it's longer than I need. So I'm just gonna okay. All right, so we've got transfer tape on the whole design, and that's the second piece that's ready to go. Our stars, we are ready with that. And I just need to do the words. All right, I'm gonna check the table and see if we need another coat of Mod Podge on it or if we can start putting this on. I just added another coat of Mod Podge to the table and to the sides, and I'm waiting for that to dry. I've got a fan on it, and then I will mark out where I need to be placing the vinyl, and we'll get that put on later today. Okay, what I've done now is I taped off my stripes. I want to paint with chalk paint, and it is in the color Warm Sand, I believe. And I'm going to pull my tape up, and when this is dry, I'm going to distress it so that you can still see through to the table. Wow, I am thrilled so far. I'm not worried about my Mod Podge coming off, because that's, once I coat that again, you'll see it's not going to be in the way. Look at that. I wanted it really distressed. So while it was wet, I took a rag and used my fingernail underneath it and made a bunch of scrape marks. Love it. I just applied a coat of Mod Podge to the top of the table, and we're gonna let that dry, and I'll see if I need to do any sanding to it. And I know I'll have to do a couple of coats because of the texture in the vinyl. So we're gonna let that dry for a while, and we'll see what we've got. Well, here it is, the finished product. I am so excited about this. I cannot believe how beautiful this turned out. I was doing it all on a wing and a prayer, and I am very excited to be able to give this to my niece. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it's something that you'll try. This was a table I actually had down in my basement, just waiting for the perfect opportunity to make something great out of it. I can't wait to show my niece. I can't wait to give it to her for her gift for her bridal shower. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for the next video.